Welcome to
Welcome,
Super
Super
Broski
Broskies
podcast.
podcast.
I almost said it, Josh.
Almost said what? We've only gone by this name.
Well, we used to go by it Super Babies,
Um,
and I had to change.
but just letting you guys know, we are no babies.
Juju's calling. Should I get him on the podcast?
Yeah, special guest already.
Let's see.
Juju Money, Ju Baby.
What's up, Juju?
Hi, Juju.
I'm using that for the podcast.
Dude, you're so funny.
Josh said that you're so funny.
My fault. I didn't mean to have a special feature on the pod, but it was bragging.
I really hope this is picking this up.
It's not picking up a single bit.
All right,
of
cuz
this
I'm
phone
gonna call
call
you
out
back.
there, and I cannot hear it. I'm just adjusting myself like it was part of the conversation.
What are you talking about?
I was talking to the fans. A single bit of that phone call did not pick up at all. Like the whole thing was just, it just didn't work. It wasn't working.
Well. Look, anyway, let's focus on the present. That was the past. How's your day been?
It's been a day. I went to work.
Day?
I went to the store. That was pretty fun.
Boring. Am I right, guys?
Boo. No, but then right before I pressed call to enter this podcast realm, I looked at the Studio Ghibli video and we're at 795 views now. That's terrific.
Keep that, bro. Good job with that video.
I'm so excited. I'm so happy this video did well, especially because I did it in a span of 2 hours.
What's the feedback been like?
Just a lot of people. Actually, yeah, let's do a live me reading comments.
Yeah, let's do a live. I want to hear it. So anyway, guys, if you don't know the Studio Ghibli situation, OpenAI released their new model, their new AI image generation model. So you could type in a prompt of anything or use a reference image, and it'll make it in a Studio Ghibli style if you ask for it to do it in that style.
Like, here's one of
controversy about it. There's some controversy about it because, OpenAI and all these AI models use stolen material, but I like the analogy this one guy said. Can I read this one?
The bad one about premium European products.
So yeah, this guy says, my take, if Studio Ghibli's art is expensive premium products, then AI knockoffs are the cheap counterfeit equivalents. It's everyone's personal freedom to show preferences towards either of them or both of them. So it's like, in my eyes, you can still use these products, but it is not going to compare to something that's hand-drawn. It's something that's like made with effort.
Of course, and before you misspoke, he said cheap Chinese counterfeit. You kind of skipped over that part. I just need that to be said. We don't agree with that. Dingani Studios is actually made in China.
I kind of agree with Chinese counterfeit. A lot of it is cheap, unlike Dingani Studios,
which is made in a good part of China.
Yeah, it's. Anyway,
let's just segue back. Yeah, let's segue back to the topic.
Ghibli.
So and then someone else replied, Studio Ghibli is Japanese. You don't need to pretend that something is European to make it premium. Even in an analogy.
We should heart that. I'm gonna heart that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna. And then Zamil Hamlin 5411
sleeping on your shit
said ZZZ and threw sleeping emojis. We're going to dislike it. I'm going to reply, yo mama.
Oh, that's brutal.
Got him.
Now this It's Dingani guy made a really good point.
I'm not really a fan of him. He said, I love Studio Ghibli in the interview in 2016 from Miyazaki was about 3D models used with AI. And in context, it makes much more sense. People have been taking it out of context as if it's something he just said. But yeah, I agree. And then
amazing point, Dingani.
He kind of missed the ball there because he took something like too literal. In his generalized statement of not liking artificial intelligence for any medium, and then he said, "I would never use that in my content."
He only said that in the context of that video they just showed.
Yes.
That was that. I mean, you saw that video, right?
And then
they actually.
Yes,
corpse,
yes,
so,
yes,
like,
yes. I
corpses
saw
moving
him. Yeah,
around with AI.
yeah, and they said he would
Like
never
that was
use
the
that.
first use
in
of
his-
AI. And that's why he said this is like a disrespect to life itself or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, and I just don't think he likes AI in general. I mean, we kind of gotta
I
respect
mean,
the man,
probably,
you know.
yeah, I mean, it's not really a reach. I wouldn't disagree.
Chat, is he dead?
Who?
Hayao Miyazaki, I don't know.
No, he's not dead.
Is he?
No, he's alive and healthy. Hopefully, he's my goat.
Yeah. So he's 84. Sorry, his birthday passed a few months ago.
Happy birthday.
See, right now he's the honorary chairman of Studio Ghibli. As you know, he made the company with his
Did you watch
buddy.
that new Studio Ghibli movie?
Which one? The Boy and the Heron?
Yeah, The Boy and the Heron.
Yes, it's a very good movie.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
I think that's his last movie he's going to be working on, like him personally. The rest are going to be taken by obviously, yeah, but he obviously said that like a bunch of years ago too. So I don't know.
Guys, you didn't get a text. That was
I
just
did.
our
It's actually-
manager texting us.
Yeah, this is actually David LeBron. He said he's in jail for those parties. We weren't gonna add context to that. Actually, no, it's a good segue actually, because we're talking about the brand new Donkey Kong game, which I'm so excited for.
That game looks freaking epic.
As a Donkey Kong head, it's so exciting to see this man get a Mario Odyssey level of game and a main
This has
title.
been the hasn't this been like the only 3D Donkey Kong since 64?
Yes,
I bet you're excited for that.
and that was like 25 years ago. 26 years ago, excuse me. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I
guys,
can't wait to
That
get a Switch
released on
2
the
just to play
Nintendo
that.
64.
Yeah, so guys, we're gonna put some content out. Don't worry, we're gonna get it done. I think I'm going to skip the launch of the Switch just because there's always a bunch of like trash that comes with the launch of these consoles. Especially because I only really care about Donkey Kong. I'm probably gonna get it when Donkey Kong comes out. So this is about 2 months after.
But
kind of
okay,
my brain's
the
at.
reason I'm thinking about getting it sooner is because of Mario Kart. What do you think about the new Mario Kart?
Well, yeah, I saw it. I mean, it's just so in my head.
Are you
it's just
not
Mario
hype out
Kart.
of your mind for that?
It looks fun. It looks cool. I enjoy like
fun.
driving to everything else. It's gonna look super fun. Maybe for like online play, if me and you did it. We could definitely make some fun out of that. But like, I don't know. I guess in my head, it
This is
feels
Mario
like it's a
Kart
lot.
World. So it's not just Mario Kart 9.
Yes.
They totally rebranded it. You can do anything in this. You can go off road. You can get food. And know what would make this game so cool?
If you can get out of
You
the
can
cart.
just hop off. Yeah. if you
Yeah,
just get out.
everyone's saying that. If you could just get out of the cart, it would be so much better. But
Honestly, it wouldn't take that much work either.
not for them. No. But how do you feel about the criticism?
Prices. Okay, there's a few things about the Nintendo situation
Yeah, so we're gonna address
that
them
I
here.
am a little upset about. Go
First
First off is the physical game cards retailing for $90 and not even including the game. They're not a true game card, they're a game key code. So it's some bull crap.
Yes, what Xbox
And-
has been doing for years in the beginning clowned for. It basically eliminates the whole reason that Nintendo did game cards was to specifically have the games loaded immediately so you could play and you did not have to wait. That is a reason why on the N64 they immediately used cartridges instead of disc because disc had higher load times and you had to like load things into it. The same reason for the Switch they ditched discs and went immediately to cartridge was for that. Xbox and PlayStation has been doing this for years, so I guess at this point they're probably like, oh, it's whatever. But it's just not something we're gonna be used to on the Switch.
No, it's awful. I think it's so disappointing. And like honestly, I'm not a big physical games guy, but now this just makes like physical games for this console seem so unimportant because you don't even own the game. You have to like I can understand if like you have to update the game or if there's some additional content that needs to be downloaded, but to this level of extreme that they've pushed it with it's a game key code or whatever
Yeah.
is whack. And you have retailing for $90. What do you think about these price points? $80 for digital. Anyway,
Wow.
guys. Wow, that was a good ad break, am I right?
Yeah, man. Those are some really good ads. David, how did you feel about the ads?
Oh, I thought the ads were great because ads are just a part of the economy. And
Mhm,
without ads, then where would we be? Banks are out of money
honestly,
is the trending hashtag on Twitter.
yes, because the stock market has fell its hardest since 2020. But we're not gonna go into that. We are
Because we're talking about Nintendo, guys.
yeah,
Got
we're
things
talking
to
about
talk
Nintendo. Nintendo stock did drop
Tariffs,
too.
politics, no. Nintendo.
25%. More like Nintendo's switch me up these stocks. We're talking about Switch too.
Oh, okay. I didn't. It went over my head. So yeah. Look, we can complain all we want, but I know I'm getting the Switch too. I know I'm getting the basketball game where people ride around on wheelchairs and you have to use the controllers with joysticks and use them in mouse mode to play the game because I'm just that type of gamer.
Yeah.
What about you?
Game.
Insightful.
No, definitely want to get the Donkey Kong game, but like I said, I'm gonna wait till the Donkey Kong game comes out first. Then I'm going to get a Switch because this scarcity in the Switch in the beginning and just based off of like the last time the first Switch came out is just annoying.
But don't you want to get the Switch with the Mario Kart bundle?
No,
It's
but
the
why
same
would
price. It's the same price.
but game share is a thing now.
Game share is a thing. That is one of the
So
best
if
features they
you
added.
have Mario
If you
Kart
have the
World,
game,
I can just play with
we
you.
have the game.
Type, so like we can take turns buying games.
Mm-hmm.
And then now they have the trade feature where you can send me the game card. So only one of us.
I don't
needs to buy.
know. I don't know how I feel about the whole, just to talk about the Switch a bit more. That whole like game card thing really
I
annoying.
think
with
it's
physical.
stupid. It doesn't really make any much sense with the trading the games, the digital one. The physical price is stupid. Doesn't make any sense. The $10
$90.
difference is actually insane. You realize if you buy 5 games, you rebought the Switch. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I know prices and everything are going up, and
Look,
it's weird from transports and everything else, and that's
don't
just
you
your
think
everywhere problem.
it'll be worth it because you can play as a cheap in Mario Kart?
I can name maybe 10 different things that are more worth than playing a cheap in Mario Kart.
Okay. What about the cow from Moo Moo Meadows?
I could at least think about it with 4 more good reasons than playing the cow from Moo Moo Meadows.
Okay, what are the 4 reasons?
Number 1, no one likes cows. Number 2, David, you're lactose intolerant. You can't drink from cows.
You could play as the Cataquack.
Why didn't you just open up with that?
I
We're getting
didn't
that thing
realize
day
that. I
one.
forgot about it.
Well, you should just said that. We're getting that day one. I saw a really cool YouTube video about Mario Sunshine. I kind of clicked through it. I don't really watch YouTube. Like I was talking about like Cataquacks for like 5 minutes, man. It was an animation. It was okay. I watched that part. I skipped through the rest of it. But yeah. It was pretty fun. They announced their Patreon in that video. I subbed. Just give a broke man $1. They immediately refunded the service and actually called us all very inappropriate names, which I will not repeat. But yeah, it was that's what I watched in that video. I do like Cataquacks.
Yeah, Cataquacks are valid.
But you know who is wildin' IRL? Mr. West.
Mr. West, what's he been up to?
What has he not been up to? Bully. I think did Bully drop today or yesterday?
Bully dropped like a few days ago. Dropped like a week ago, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Oops.
I listened to it. It's okay.
He has some lyricals, some good lyricals, and then he switches up to saying "How am I not Hitler?" and then he just starts going down the rails.
Wait. That doesn't sound like Kanye.
You're right. I'm sorry. Ye. Kanye would never say that. Ye would. It's a big debacle. You know what it is.
In all seriousness, I watched the entire academics interview where he was dressing up for Wizard Wednesday, and I don't know, man. It's just like, I can't compare myself to a position that man is in. But obviously a lot of
I think I ever want to be in the position that man is in.
I don't even think he wants to be in that position ultimately. It's just like once you get to that level of money, fame, power, influence, it's just like what do you do at that point? You don't have a job. You're not working a 9 to 5 where you have to, be PC. You are you can be as unhinged as you want. And should you be that unhinged? Probably not. But it's like, I don't know. What does he have to lose?
Well, I guess in his position, he kind of can lose everything.
Like he already lost everything, don't you think? He's divorced with Kim Kardashian.
Bianca.
He doesn't see his
Bianca's
kids.
divorcing him now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going through struggles with Bianca. Made a whole song about that. Song kind of fire though. And now he's flying to China or Japan or something.
Yeah, I'd probably do more listening parties. He did some listening parties in China recently too. I just hope Kanye snaps out of it and gets the help he needs and get off some nitrous and just can turn back to 2006 Kanye where he was chilling.
No, I'm here for it. It's interesting.
So you're here for the Kanye crash out, or are you here for like Kanye being reformed?
Whatever Kanye wants to do. The only thing that I genuinely don't like that he's saying is that he's saying he's evil. When he replied,
Like
DJ
Kanye saying that Kanye is evil.
yeah, DJ Academics asked him like, why were you attacking Virgil, after he passed, and he just said, because I'm evil. I'm like, bro, like I get it's funny for the bit, but come on now.
Kind of real for that. Kind of.
No, it's just like, yeah, and then he just says some like total blasphemy, but he's also just like unbelievably authentic.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I hope Kanye gets the help he needs. I hope Kanye ends up being fine, but he's just going to
I hope
have
he's
to
safe.
figure out his own way. Yeah, because Kanye is going through some stuff right now. We hope Kanye is always safe. We love Mr. Kanye, but sometimes you do it to yourself, man.
Kanye, if you want to hop on the podcast, let Scuff and I
Ooh,
know.
wait,
We will
hold
give
on.
you a voice.
Do you think Kanye will hop on the podcast with us? Because
Why wouldn't he? We're young and hip and unique, and we could give him a platform. And he doesn't need it, he's his own guy. But we can offer some insight from a different perspective as people from the Cleveland area. We're hip with a lot of people. We just love the community. We love you. So yeah, man.
I'm gonna throw out some feelers actually. I'll tweet Kanye right now because a lot of YouTubers and everything actually have been saying no to him for interviews and everything. So let's see. Kanye West, I'm sorry, the media is silencing you. Hop on my podcast with my friend and speak your truth uncensored. All right, hold on. I gotta put this into Chat GPT because I spelled it autistic. All of it's just spelled wrong. All of it. Not a single word that I wrote was spelled correctly. Like, David, when I tell you, not a single word was spelled correctly.
It happens. That's what we have Grammarly for and autocorrect.
Chat, am I correct? I'm sorry the media is silencing you. Hop on the podcast with me, my friend. Speak your truth uncensored. And I'll send him a link to the YouTube channel.
Did you see the list that of people like that said he that betrayed him? And on the list was I Show Speed.
I don't know how I Show Speed betrayed him.
Probably for like not letting him do a collab or something. Same thing with like Aiden Ross. But speaking of I Showed Speed, did you see he's in China?
Oh, yeah, he's actually just doing a lot of fun stuff in China. He's just doing whatever he feels like. And honestly, he's so real for that.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, I would really like to go to China one day, see what it's like, see the culture over there. I mean, there's some clips of some individuals being out of context. There's this one lady that kind of went up to him and started being like totally racist.
Yeah, a lot of them
yeah, I
are
don't-
just being racist to be racist just to get on camera. And honestly, how sad.
How sad
Like,
is
how
that
are you just
state?
gonna be like, how are you just gonna like try just to be racist to get clicks?
We would never. Oh, nice tweet. I'm gonna like it.
Yeah, make sure you tweet
I'm
that.
gonna retweet that.
And then Kanye crashed out about a PDF.
Yeah, I didn't really understand what he was talking about there. Like I said, I was
don't know how to make a PDF.
look.
Stupid.
Yeah. I don't know.
Actually, gonna talk about a cringe moment. Sorry. So today was Nintendo Treehouse for multiple of the brand Nintendo Switch games for Nintendo Switch 2. And immediately when they started, all the comments were just like, drop the price. They put a whole chain of just drop the price. And I'm just like, you know what? One YouTube live stream of like 2,000 people saying drop the price is going to affect the current price point we've set for the entire world.
True. Maybe
And
with
you
enough
know what?
people-
That's
with enough
going to
people,
change.
It could influence Nintendo to not.
That's going to cover the cost of what it takes to make this console because those 2,000 people told us drop the price.
Right. It always starts with a low amount of people, and then that's how a whole thing is formed. So,
Oh, no, man.
drop the price. Hashtag drop the price, Nintendo. Nobody wants to pay $90 for a physical game that's not even
I
a
think
game.
they're just being greedy.
Yeah, for sure. They're like the Apple. Alex was telling me this earlier, so Alex, I just know I took this from you. They're like the
Rumor.
Apple of the gaming industry.
Game. You know, I could see that.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
I could definitely see that. You know, but
I mean, like in all seriousness, tariffs don't affect digital games, guys.
yeah, physical, I can see why. The console, I can see why. But digital, come on, man.
They're just tripping, man. They just want that dough, and I'm gonna give it to them because I want that new Mario Kart, and DK renders look so cool. Seth Rogen is gonna be doing his laugh.
Don't tell people that. But you know what's really gonna set the gaming industry on fire? When GTA 6 drops and it's $120 for base game.
They honestly might make it like $100.
Yeah, but you realize for like a base game how crazy that is.
GTA 6 has like probably the only game to be able to have justification for that because how big of a world it is. But yeah, I mean, I'm just afraid people will try to follow suit. And if it's over $100, if it's 120, that's just crazy, bro. I'm like, this is why people pirate.
Yeah, but we'll end the podcast on some good news. Brand new It's Tangani merch out right now. The Puff hoodie has dropped. I repeat, the Puff hoodie has dropped. And as you see, your beautiful model in front of the website store. Little old me and my partner Indy there, little dog. Use code PUFF at checkout for 20% off. And goodbye. Oh, watch the vlog too. Goodbye. Bye. Bye-bye. Goodbye.